Good afternoon. Welcome to First Presbyterian Church of Atlanta. My name is Jens Korndorfer. I'm the Director of Worship and the Arts and Organist here, and I'm so excited to welcome you to today's concert. This concert is presented as part of the Residence of Challenger Stats at First Presbyterian Church, and I can't think of a better way to commemorate Martin Luther King Day. Thank you so much for being here, whether you're tuning in online or whether you're here in person. We're delighted that you're with us today. Andrew is not just an amazing musician, but also a wonderful human being, and I hope you will take a moment to greet him after today's concert and get to know him a little bit in person. He's going to share something about the pieces that he's going to play, and you can read all about him in his amazing bio in the program booklet, and also about Elizabeth Pridgeon, his wonderful accompanist for today's program. On your way in, you may have seen a couple of bins. They are actually for donations that we are asking for our community ministries. And I would like to invite Kate Culver to say a few words about that.
Hey, everyone. I bring greetings from the Community Ministries program here at First Pres. I know some of you, but wanted to just share a little bit about who we are and what we do. We serve about 1,500 men and women every week that come through our doors for things like critical documents, birth certificates, IDs, fellowship. We have a clothing closet and a food pantry, as well as a poetry workshop, for instance. But today, we are taking donations for warm items to give out to the unhoused in our community, our neighbors, and there are bins up front. I think there are 3. You are more than welcome, and we'd be so grateful to take donations after this as well. And if you have any questions at all about, the church or the Community Ministries program, please just see me at intermission or afterwards. I'll be around. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kate. One technical announcement. If you parked in the parking lot across the street, in the near parking lot, the gate will be open until 4:30. There's no need to validate your ticket. The gate will be open. If you want to stay in the Midtown area longer, I recommend you move your car first. Otherwise, you're welcome to stay longer, and you just have to pay. The parking lot belongs to the church, so consider it a donation to the church. And now I would like to invite you to join me in welcoming Andrew Brady and Elizabeth Pridgeon. Thanks again for being here.
Thank you all, and thank you for being here today. It's a pleasure for me to be able to come back. Atlanta was my home for 7 years. Recently just moved to St. Paul, Minnesota, but it's great to be back with you all. And to present this recital on such a meaningful, auspicious day. In fact, I want to take a second just to think about and meditate on the magnitude of Dr. King's influence and works during his lifetime. So if we could all just take a minute in silence. Thank you. So what you just heard was Trouble Don't Last by Mark Lomax II, jazz drummer. You might have been able to hear the jazz influences, especially in the middle section, and then some of those kind of crazy rhythms I had going on. But the arc of this piece, I think, speaks to the struggle that Dr. King had to deal with during his lifetime and fought to improve the lives of all of us, not just the Black community, but everyone. So it started off very jagged. We had a lot of battling going on between the piano and I, and kind of dissonant harmonies going on, very turbulent. And then there was bassoon soliloquy, kind of meditating, taking stock, looking inward, which led to a kind of bluesy section, which to me was a song and almost kind of a wail, just despair almost, which leads to then another bassoon soliloquy where, again, I'm meditating. And then the material returns from the beginning with the piano, but this time the tonality is different. It's still kind of rocky and turbulent, but it's a little bit brighter in feel. And to me, that's kind of coming out of the struggle, but remembering all the things that we've been through. And it ends very victorious, jubilant, celebratory. So just in that one piece, it kind of encapsulates the whole arc of this recital. You're going to hear a lot of turbulence, a lot of inner dialogue, and eventually it leads to a place of self-understanding, love, self-acceptance. So the next piece that you're going to hear is by Jeff Scott. It's called Elegy for Innocence. And he didn't include a program with this piece, but through the course of the piece, it starts off very innocent, very pure, softly, and then a lot of different agitation comes in. We get some moments of relief, but then at the end, it's still quite turbulent. So to me, it's Innocence Lost. And I was rereading the letter from Birmingham jail and thinking on, when he was talking about the little 6-year-old girl who is asking, why do we get treated so differently by white people? And at that age, like that, just taking away your innocence and forced to realize the sometimes bleak and stark, harsh realities of the world. So I feel that really is echoed in this piece. And yeah, sorry, it's kind of, but yeah, so to feel that sense of nobodiness, which he mentioned in his letter, feeling like you don't belong somewhere or anywhere, which will also be echoed in the main piece on the second half called My Young Friend. But for now, here is Elegy for Innocence by Jeff Scott.
Good afternoon, everybody. Ooh, I grew up in Black church, y'all. Good afternoon. Thank you. You can talk to me. It's great to see all of you here. My name is Angelica Hairston, and I am the founder and executive director of Challenge the Stats. And it is such an honor for us to be able to co-present today's program with concerts at First through our residency here at First Presbyterian Church of Atlanta. And I want to really honor and acknowledge all of the support from First Pres, from Dr. Tony Sundermeyer, the pastor here at FPC, and Jens Korndorfer, who is the director of the arts here, for their enduring friendship in this work of justice. And one thing that really excites me about Challenge the Stats concerts is that right here, nestled in the heart of our city, we get this glimpse of a term that was popularized by Dr. King, the beloved community. A beloved community is a place where every individual is cared for and where injustice ceases, where love and where equity prevails. And as we're here with the opportunity to celebrate an incredible artist like Andrew Brady, it's giving us an opportunity to have a tiny glimpse of what it looks like for stories and songs that were once silenced or unheard to come to the forefront. Andrew is an unbelievable performer. He's been a part of our Challenge the Stats family for many years, from the very beginning of our work here at First Presbyterian Church. And he has a true enduring support, not only for Challenge the Stats' work, but wherever he is, really being a voice for justice and for change. And it's such an honor for us to celebrate him today. And so while I'm up here, I can kind of catch a little bit of a glimpse of our beloved community, the diversity that we have in this room, whether age or culture or background. But I want all of us to kind of take it in. Look around, look someone in the eyes, give someone a smile, and see the power of this space, really. See the power of all of the people who have come together on such an important day to honor and to celebrate the legacy of Dr. King together. Absolutely. It's a powerful vision of the future of what is possible when we work together, when we come together, and when we use music as a tool for justice, for equity, and for change. And to that end, I want to invite all of us here in the audience, whether you're listening with us here in person or you're listening online, to really make today personal. We had a chance for Andrew to kind of bring us in a moment of silence to reflect on Dr. King's legacy. But I want to encourage all of us, what does it look like for us to take the warmth and power of this beloved community and share it beyond? That may be through the coat drive that was mentioned today, through the community ministries and supporting our neighbors experiencing homelessness, or it may be through supporting the work of this residency. There's more information in your program about a line item that we now have here at First Presbyterian Church that supports BIPOC artists in Atlanta, like Andrew, and beyond. And so I want to invite all of us in this second half of the program to really think about the poignancy and the urgency of this day. What does it look like for each of us to make Dr. King's mission personal and to use our feet to act towards change? I want to thank you all again so much for joining us, especially for the people who are here listening to live music, giving us energy in the present. And I want all of us to join me in welcoming back to the stage bassoonist Andrew Brady and accompanist Elizabeth Pridgeon. Thank you.
So this next piece on the program is very special to me. Before I get into how it came about, just a few more words on Dr. King and specifically his letter from Birmingham jail. he spoke about intersectionality and how an injustice against one is an injustice against us all. And to that effect, I feel like there are many people who fought to help free us and liberate us and give us equal access and rights that sometimes don't get mentioned. The Bayard Rustins, Phil Wilson, Ernestine Eckstein, Marsha P. Johnson, fighting for rights for LGBTQ, black feminists, and helping with the AIDS epidemic in the black community when we were left to our own devices and kind of forgotten. That really resonates with me, and with this piece, I commissioned this piece from a friend of mine, Stephen Smith, and it's based on a poem by my grandmother called My Young Friend. And when I knew I was going to commission a piece, I wanted to use my grandmother's poetry, and I asked for my family to send me some poems of hers that I could sift through. And I saw this one, and immediately it struck me, and it felt as if she was writing it to me, even though it would be 7 more years before I was born. So I just want to read this poem to you so you can get a sense of what the piece is about. It's called My Young Friend by Elvina Bowers, written March 31st, 1982. Sorry, 8 years before I was born. My young friend, born with 2 spirits, one to wander free, another to be confined or condemned by society. To hear the call of the gentle doe, stroke the softness of her fur, yet long to be beckoned by the dominating buck, to lie with him as with her. To know the feelings of guilt pounding the shoreline of the soul, to writhe in agony, searching for answers till the brain is depleted and cold. To confide in friends, friends you trust, find them condemning you at every shoal. Little wonder you feel hurt and misplaced, at times feeling no one cares enough to give you space. I love you, accept you as you are. Pray one day your divided spirits find a meeting place. Thank you. We have one more piece to share with you by H. Leslie Adams called Poem of Love. So throughout this recital, there's been an arc of turbulence, trial, tribulation, self-discovery, and finally it leads to a place of acceptance and love. And as Dr. King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that.